Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a match between Coco and Mira andreeva. Today, alongside with a little bit of point construction, I think I want to point out or take a look at um, Andreeva's anticipation. I think she is a great player to watch for anticipation. Um, I think personally, I think she has the best anticipation out of everybody on tour. Um, so yeah, if you're looking for a player to watch to see what really good anticipation looks like, Mira andreeva is a really good player to watch. Um, when you watch her, it kind of looks like she just gets to everything. Um, and you're able to do that when you have good anticipation, especially considering, on the juniors, you play those players who just get to everything and bump the balls, but her opponents are hitting quite hard. Um, so the fact that she's able to get get to a lot of balls a lot easier than most on the tour is a great show of her anticipation. So something I would also like to mention is how much more consistent Coco's serve has gotten, and um, actually in the last video I had talked a little bit about I talked a lot about movement, and we had watched Ribikina's movement, and I remember in the video I had mentioned that one of the players that I think has um, doesn't have the best movement is Coco, so um, we'll take a look at that as well. You can see how she's just you can see how Mira, you can see how Andreeva's just constantly moving. Um, and she's always inching one way or the other. Um, that is, that's her anticipating. Um, you don't want to be just standing in one spot when you're anticipating. So, you see a lot of players um, who anticipate well will be inching one way or the other. So that's definitely something that helps to give you an advantage, because if you're anticipating well, a lot of the time you will be moving in the right direction. So um, don't be afraid to continue moving. Obviously, don't do too much, because um, you don't want to move too far to the left or the right. But if you can have your momentum moving in that direction, if they were to hit um, the ball really close to the line or something, um, your momentum's already going there. So I think one of the most important parts of why her anticipation is so good is her constant movement. So next time you're working on your anticipation, that's something that you should try, and um, I'm sure it'll really help because I try to anticipate like that. I'm constantly moving, and it helps me quite a lot as well. As someone who struggles a lot with anticipation, so I will take a look at Coco. You can see, um, we'll say that I would say the best way to word this is, um, my coach likes to tell me to never really make it to so when you think about the X pattern, there's a certain spot you're supposed to recover to. My coach tells me to never really make it there, and what that forces you to do is it forces you, like I said already, to constantly be moving. Um, and if you watch both, andreeva is a player who never really makes it to her spot, quote unquote, and Coco is someone who, um, I would say, is someone who makes it to her spot when she's recovering. And I get it can be kind of weird to think about it that way, but as you can see there, she gets to her spot, she stops, and she splits. So I feel like it makes her look, um, it makes her look rigid and not smooth in her movement. You can see there, she got to her spot, she stopped, and she split. I think if you want the best movement, the best anticipation, your best bet is to not do this. And it's to be more like, your best bet is to be more like Andreeva and like Vikina, um, who I talked about in the last video when it comes to their movement. Because they're very smooth and they move. It, it looks they make tennis look easy because of how they're moving, and it feels easier. You feel less stressful. Like you feel like there's less of a chance of you, for instance, getting wrong-footed because you're moving. So you can change direction fairly quickly. As you can see there, um, that was a great show. Right here, she comes, she gets to her spot, and she kind of stops, and she got wrong-footed. So constantly moving is will make handling those balls easier. I think cross court points with andreeva um go really well for sorry go really well for her opponents, um especially um mm, especially considering how much she likes to go down the line, and changing direction is something that if that can be difficult to do at times. Um, so I think if you're playing someone who changes direction a lot, something that you can do is try to keep it cross court as much as possible and keep it deep. If they're trying to hit a down the line shot, like you hitting deep and heavy balls, it's going to make it difficult for them, and a lot of the time they're probably going to miss or give you a weak ball for you to step in and hit a winner, hit an approach shot, give yourself an opportunity to win the point. So yeah, I think that's a good strategy to use against people who change direction a lot. You want to make it difficult for them, change up the pace a lot, slices, just something that will throw them off. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for um, tuning in. Um, please leave a comment down below. Um, and I would love to know what other videos you guys would like to see, and if any tips in this video helped you out. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know